Hey there, fellow true believers. Welcome back to our channel where we dive into the amazing world of superheroes and their incredible stories. Today, there is a plague, one that's been around for far too long. And these heroes fighting it have shown true power, not only by saving the day, but also by addressing a real-world issue. Get ready because we're about to explore the top 6 times superheroes handled racism beautifully. Did you know that while the United States was still deciding whether to jump into World War II, good old Captain America was already giving Adolf Hitler a taste of his own medicine? Yeah, that's right. This fearless fictional hero took matters into his own hands a whole year before the US officially entered the war. Just take a look at this iconic cover of Captain America #1. There's Steve Rogers decked out in his stars and stripes delivering a knockout punch right to the jaw of the Führer himself. Talk about starting the fight early. Now the writers Jack Kirby and Joe Simon are actually Jewish, so not only was Captain America socking it to Hitler, but he was also making a bold political statement. Imagine the debates and discussions going on in the United States at the time. People were arguing about whether or not to get involved, and then here comes Captain America showing them the most badass way to combat fascism, a punch in the face. I bet that turned a few heads and got people thinking. Captain America sure knows how to throw a punch, both on the battlefield and in the fight against injustice. So, next time you see that classic Captain America cover, remember, it's not just a fun and patriotic image. It's a symbol of resistance, courage, and a not so subtle way of saying, hey Hitler, you're gonna get what's coming to you. Now let's take a trip back to the groovy 1970s where Green Lantern #76 broke barriers and blew minds with its thought-provoking storyline. This issue was so ahead of its time that it still resonates today, proving that superheroes aren't just about punching bad guys in flashy costumes. So here's the scoop. Our fearless hero, Hal Jordan, aka Green Lantern, thinks he's swooping in to save a wealthy man from a bunch of thugs. But hold your horses, because the Green Arrow, with his witty comebacks and a keen eye for justice, steps in to drop some serious truth bombs. It turns out that this wealthy man that our Lantern pal is trying to protect is nothing other than a racist slumlord. Yeah, you heard that right. The crowd going after him, they're the tenants he's been treating unfairly. It's a classic case of checking privilege and prejudice, my friends. But wait, there's more. An elderly gentleman steps up to remind Green Lantern of something he conveniently forgot. He's done plenty of good for folks with blue, orange, and purple skin on other planets, but he's turned a blind eye to those with black skin on Earth. Ouch. Talk about a reality check. Hold on to your vibranium for our #3. In 1972, Fantastic Four #119, the legendary Black Panther, T'Challa himself, takes a bold step outside of Wakanda and lands right in the heart of South Africa during the era of apartheid. Now, T'Challa in his Black Leopard persona at the time finds himself imprisoned by the forces of apartheid. But fear not, for his old buddies, the Human Torch and the Rock Solid Thing, refuse to sit idly by. They hop on a transatlantic journey to lend a helping hand to their fellow hero. Now, as you can imagine, the Fantastic Trio doesn't hold back when it comes to expressing their opposition to the nation's institutional racism. Together, they unleash their powers, taking down racist guards left and right, leaving no doubt about where they stand on the matter. But that's not all. The plot thickens as they uncover a larger conspiracy led by the notorious Ulysses Klaue, a man known for his prejudice. Now brace yourselves for the aftermath. Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm receive praise and recognition from the South African authorities for their heroic actions. But here's where it gets interesting. The Thing, not one to settle for a simple pat on the back, decides to make an even more powerful statement against apartheid as he exits the consulate. He smashes the segregated exits to pieces. That's right, the Thing smashes through the physical barriers that symbolize segregation, which earns T'Challa's respect and also makes it crystal clear that injustice will not be tolerated even if it means defying authority. Good for you, Ben. Now hold on to your capes because we're about to uncover a remarkable piece of superhero history. Flashback to 1946, where the Adventures of Superman's radio series aired a multi-episode arc titled Clan of the Fiery Cross, where Clark Kent, our beloved Superman, took on none other than the infamous Ku Klux Klan. That's right, the Man of Steel himself battled against the evil, and let's face it, ridiculously absurd KKK. Now the impact of this storyline was astonishing. It was reported that the radio series was so effective in portraying the Klan as both evil and laughable that their membership actually declined, showing the true power of storytelling and the influence of our beloved superheroes. Now fast forward to 2019, and DC Comics decided to bring the significant story back to life with Superman Smashes the Klan. They adapted the plot, updating it for the modern era, and the central message remains just as necessary today. It's a stark reminder that even in our contemporary society, where progress has been made, there's still a need to confront and challenge bigotry, hatred, and the remnants of an organization like the Ku Klux Klan. We're about to embark on a groundbreaking journey with the one and only Black Panther. After his debut in Fantastic Four number 52 back in 1966, this iconic character finally received his own title, making him one of the first black protagonists in mainstream comics. But it wasn't until 1976 that Black Panther truly showed his claws against those who had a problem with his rise to prominence. Now, it should be known that Jack Kirby, when writing Black Panther, was told to add more white people to the comic. So, he featured him beating up the KKK immediately in response. And the gripping saga covered in Jungle Action number 19 through 22, King T'Challa decided to venture beyond the familiar streets of New York City and set foot in North America, specifically in Georgia. His mission? To uncover the truth behind the mysterious demise of an acquaintance. Little did he know that his investigation would lead him to face an insidious plot by none other than the Ku Klux Klan. As the story unfolds, it doesn't take long for him to uncover the Klan's vile agenda. As he wastes no time in taking action, burning crosses are knocked over and hooded creeps receive a swift double kick to the face, which showcases the powerful combination of Black Panther's physical prowess and his unwavering dedication to fighting injustice. And last but never least, a tale of friendship, family, and redemption in the streets of Dakota. Richie and Virgil find themselves caught in a series of events that test their bond and their friendship. In the animated series, Static Shock, Episode 8, Sons of the Fathers. So, as the story unfolds, Virgil notices an imbalance in their friendship. Richie spends plenty of time at Virgil's house and with his family, but Virgil hasn't even met Richie's family. Suspicion lingers as Richie evades the topic, but he eventually agrees to let Virgil come over for a day, hoping that his father would be working. However, when the anticipated day arrives, Richie's father unexpectedly has the night off, resulting in tension and discomfort during dinner. Virgil, being a lovable and funny kid, attempts to bridge the gap with conversation, but Mr. Foley immediately criticizes rap music, which highlights his disapproval. And at first, Virgil brushes it off, thinking he's just being part of the stubborn older generation, but after overhearing Richie's father talking, it becomes clear to Virgil that Richie's father holds explicit racist views. Heartbroken and disillusioned, Virgil realizes that he can't continue with the sleepover, and the next day, Richie's anger towards his dad boils over, leading him to run away from home and almost immediately get kidnapped by the meta breed. Amidst the turmoil, Virgil seeks solace and guidance from his father, and they discuss the paradox of Richie's father being a bigot despite Richie being so open-minded. Virgil's father emphasizes that racism defies logic, and what truly matters is that Richie has formed his own beliefs. Meanwhile, Richie's mother reaches out to Virgil, concerned about Richie's whereabouts, prompting Virgil to embark on a search as Static. This story takes an intense turn as Static, Richie's father, and Mr. Hawkins converge on the Metabreed's hideout. A fierce battle ensues where together, Static and Richie's father defeat the villain, leading to a tearful apology from Richie's father, who embraces his son with a hug. A positive transformation occurs as Richie and his dad join Virgil and his father at the community center, their differences now set aside, signifying a newfound understanding and respect in his fellow man. And there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through a remarkable story of friendship, self-discovery, and the power to overcome adversity. These tales have reminded us of the importance of understanding, empathy, and the ability to challenge our own beliefs. Through their experiences, we have learned that genuine change can happen when you confront our biases and choose to embrace acceptance and love. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and comment which moment you found most dear to your heart. Subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see you next time with True Power Comics.